It's going to be a crack of this heat. There's a lot of pressure on this heat, particularly for Sean Poynter. Actually, zero pressure for Julien Bouillet. He's just the excited Frenchman to be in the semifinals, representing his country and putting on a great show.
Absolutely. You got to imagine Juliet's got to be fired up.
He's got the big set wave to start the heat, racing down the line there.
Oh, and look at that. Unfortunately for him, he's going to get caught behind that one. Julien, the Frenchman. You got to think Julien wants to play spoiler to Sean Poynter's title aspirations, and he's got the opportunity to do that as he looks for his first APP event win, Julien.
Absolutely. So it's exciting times for Julien Bouillet. He took the initiative to take the biggest set we've seen for a little bit there. Unfortunately, got a little caught behind. Sean waiting patiently.
Yeah, but that was a beautiful looking wave, that drop in.
Yeah, I thought he might just make it there.
It really looked like he was in the right spot, but that thing ended up running away from him just a bit, leaving Sean Poynter all alone in the lineup with priority.
So we're looking at surf-off possibilities. In fact, really the only surf-off is obviously for the world title. The rest of the results are varied enough to not have any ties in the podium position, so we should be fine there. As we got Sean Poynter driving down the line on his first wave, coming off the bottom, goes straight up into the lip. Oh, he just holds it. That was a critical save there. Throws the tail out to celebrate, and then comes back in for another roundhouse wrap. And a closing turn on this whitewater here, throwing some spray out the back. That was a great opening wave for Sean Poynter.
Hey, the crowd goes wild for that one. And Sean really showing his athleticism as he's able to stamp that first turn. Watch this replay. Watch this first turn. He just goes into the lip, all the wind up in his face. And look at that thing. That board basically landed on its rail. He was either going to stomp that or he's going to have a painful fall right there. But he holds his composure, does like a nice little double snap cutback right here. Here's where he just lets loose the fin slide a little bit. So Sean coming out of the gate strong. You see Izzy Gomez doing that famous rock dance. We're calling it the double black diamond.
Mother there to coax her through and get her through there.
Look at Brandy Brady in her Ugg boots and everything. Like, Izzy, do you need a hand? Oh my gosh, she's gonna crawl on the slime rocks and everything. So
that's a dedicated mother
that's
right
a
there.
dedicated mother.
7-6-7. So Sean getting well rewarded for that. I would love to see a still shot of that final, like as he landed and the rail kind of inverted up and it looked like he was going down.
That could have got ugly.
He was so lucky that I think it was the inside fin engaged and
Yep.
just pulled it back onto the face.
That was one fin away from being as we call a credit card.
That was definitely a credit card situation.
Yep. So we see Brandy Brady. Hope she's got some Scotch Guard sprayed on those Ugg boots because she was down there in the water helping Izzy get out of the water right there. So
Well,
Sean
those are
Poynter.
a couple of fashionable ladies too, Brandy and Izzy.
Absolutely. Look at Izzy Gomez, IG, feeling good.
Yeah, she's got to be happy with her performance there. Solid showing, a dominant performance in that semifinal heat, putting her into the finals with the current world champion, Ibaya Moreno. As Julien Bouillet has his work cut out already with a 7.67 on Sean's start line. So that's a great way to kick off a heat.
I'm sure Sean has no complaints starting his heat off with a 7.6. As Julien, oh no, this is Sean. Looking at this one already again.
So this is another nice looking wave, like racing down the line here. Nice opening turn there. Up into the lip again. Oh, it just comes unstuck. Unfortunate there.
Yeah, Sean just a little off time on that second turn. It's interesting. He's kind of applying a new turn that I haven't really seen him do throughout this event. It's kind of like a double pump roundhouse. You could watch it right here. So he bottom turns. Now watch him he engages in here and then double pumps it with another one. So I haven't seen him really do that turn that much. And almost gets him off timing for that second maneuver, but Sean Poynter obviously looking on point with his 7.6 opening ride.
So The numbers are rising, and Julien Bouillet needs to get active here. I'm sure the French audience online will be anxiously watching their patriot out there doing battle on their behalf. Julien needs a couple of solid scores just to put himself in a good position here, but he needs to find another set like that first set and make it round.
Absolutely, and Julien, through the rounds has proved that he is not scared to throw it up on a big section, just going for it in the shore break the other day. And earlier in this round, he sent it on a huge closeout. Fortunately, came unglued on that one, but it definitely had the crowd going, whoa.
That's for sure. And one thing he's also shown is that he's got quite a calculated approach to his surfing. He puts himself in the right spot and he puts himself on the right waves. And that's a great combo for competition surfing.
Absolutely, and he uses a lot of rail, which is very conducive to the conditions here. You want to keep that rail in the water and engaged as the wind and the chop trying its best to throw you out the back. But Julien, thus far,
it's the El Lloret rodeo.
That's what it is for sure. So we've had a couple broken boards this event, both in the men's and the women's draws. So there's been no shortage of swell this week.
That's for sure. Well, it's a good time of year to be here in Gran Canaria. It's definitely a very active Atlantic this year. I know Portugal, where we're based out of, has been absolutely pumping for weeks, if not months. So as we now are going to throw down to an interview with the winner of the last heat, Izzy Gomez.
Okay. Take a breath. Oh, we're live. We're here with Izzy Gomez, who just won her semifinal heat against Shakira Westorp. Izzy, walk us through that heat. Two of you were trading wave after wave. How did that feel for you?
Honestly, that was the funnest heat I've had in a long time. I'm stoked that it was with Shakira because we're such good friends, and she's just the coolest person you'll ever meet. And we were just kind of hitting each other, giving each other elbows before, because we're just gonna go out there and send it. The waves are firing, and it actually kind of shut down for our heat, but we were a little too far out to catch that first good set, but we ended up getting a few good ones, so it was fun.
Any favorite wave in that heat that you're remembering? Tell us about it.
Yeah, I was kind of struggling to get a good one at first. The wind picked up a little bit, but it's perfect conditions right now. And my best wave, I got an 8.0, I think, for one turn, but I didn't think I was gonna make it because I was air dropping 30 feet, and then I pulled it and I was oh, I made it. So, yeah, it was super fun.
Awesome, congrats, Izzy. Back to you at the booth.
No stranger to the finals, Dave.
Nope. More and more we see Izzy Gomez. It just seems like a natural thing to find the multiple world champion Izzy Gomez to reach the finals. And during that interview, Julien Bouillet was able to ride a wave. We're waiting on that score, so we'll see where that score comes in. You see Sean out the back, kind of look over his shoulder. He's probably checking his landmarks.
So 4.5 from Julien Bouillet. So getting on the board, still got some work to do, but it's good to get something on the board as we see Sean Poynter taking a look at that, deciding to kick out, calculated as ever. He saw that wasn't going to give him the scoring potential he needed, and was definitely running off a little bit down the line there.
Yep, and Sean, one of the guys that's probably spent the most time out in this lineup. He's seen it in all conditions, all tides, and he's already been here probably close to 3 weeks. So Sean definitely putting in the time and preparation for this event, and you can see right there his wave knowledge, opting not to go for that closeout. So we do have Sean Poynter in the lead, dropping a 7.67. The Frenchman, Julien Bouillet. But right now it's all about Sean Poynter dropping into a nice size set wave. He's racing down the line on this one, Tristan. Kind of a sick down carve. A lot of face on this wave. Climbs back up to the top. This one's fattening out, so he's going to pull out, but digging the line he drew on that one.
It was an interesting line. That wave was kind of a funky wave to ride. It didn't have that much shape to it, so he had to adapt, and I think that down carve was a result of the adapting. You can see here he wants to do a proper turn, but he's oh, there's not really the shape here. I just need to keep going down the line.
Yeah, styling nonetheless. We'll see where the score comes in for Sean Poynter. So Julien looking at that one, but he wants to hold on to priority. So looking over his shoulder, hoping there's not a bigger one to trap him.
Or a better one to take.
There we go. So Julien in position for that next wave. We'll see if one comes towards him. We'd love to see him go to town on a set wave.
Yeah, Julien is definitely calculated, and he definitely has a courageous and go-for-it approach to getting waves. So this one looks like it could be a really nice-looking wave. Oh, he's not going to get in there. Unfortunate. I'm feeling like I want to go surf right now, Dave.
This action, it definitely getting me pretty pumped up. Wishing I made one more heat to get, if anything, just more opportunities to catch some waves out here today. As you see Julien, wow, just I don't even know what happened right there. I mean, he just looked like just uncharacteristic, giving a priority all in the same.
Unfortunate there. That was, I don't want to say a rookie move, but it was a bit of a rookie move.
Well, I was just about to say that, you know, Julien, rookie on tour, the young guy up against a veteran like Sean. You know, he hasn't shown any nerves this week, but he could definitely be feeling some nerves. As you see this replay, just nothing really attributing to that. He just lost his balance and fell.
40 seconds to go. Sean Poynter, red jersey, leading. Julien Boyer needs 7.01. In second position, the French super with the white jersey.
And just on time, here goes Sean Poynter dropping into another one. Sean digging down. Nice carve. I'm really digging Sean's approach in this heat. There he goes. Lays into that one a little harder. He's going to get another opportunity right here. Let's see if there it is, his signature Sean Poynter tail release as he's feeling it towards the end of this wave. Sean again just stacking the points, pulling out right at the rocks. Sean is feeling it now, Tristan.
Well, you'd have to say with just under 12 minutes to go, he's also feeling a potential world title here because this is it.
This is it. If Sean Poynter could wrap this heat up, he also wraps up the 2018 world title. As you see Sean, I'm loving this carve action. Just Sean's approach on this wave is just so sick. Straight into a little more aggressive power carve right there. And now he just goes to town. He's just letting the tail fly free right there. Signature Sean Poynter style. And he just keeps going all the way through this one.
A lot of variety of maneuvers there, and I agree with you. I do like that kind of styly slow carve, that it's really perfect for that flatter section where he's up at the top of the wave and it's not really bowling, and it gives him a chance to do something a little different.
Absolutely, and it's
beautiful opening turn there from Julien.
Julien battling back. He's throwing it up just like he's been, but that wind is just getting nuts. Flings the board back into his face, so Julien unfortunately going down.
So there we have Poinaiki Raioha, unfazed by the camera guys, enjoying the moment. He's obviously hoping that Julien could perform some wonders here because that'll keep him in the mix for the world title. But look at this opening turn. Critical right in the lip there. Really nice turn, throwing a lot of spray. Right up in the lip there. Not a super critical turn, but in a critical part of the wave. And then unfortunately just sends it to that last lip, but it comes unstuck.
Yeah, Julien definitely going for it on that wave. You got a 5.93 for that effort.
10.43, you need 9.82.
But Sean Poynter dropping an 8.07. And there is a saying when you get to these later rounds, it's eights or lates.
Exactly, Dave, exactly. So Sean is definitely seemingly unfazed by the pressure on his shoulders with a world title and an event title on the line here. Well, the event title not quite yet. He's got to get through to the finals and then obviously win that. But the world title will be his if he can get to 9.5 minutes time without letting Julien Boyer take him down.
Yep, Sean Poynter, merely 9.5 minutes left to hear his fate for that elusive world title that Sean's been chasing all these years. And Sean, you know, Sean, one of the most focused guys on tour, and I would not be wrong in saying that Sean's one of the most emotional guys on tour. You saw him win that event in New York, and you could just tell how much it means to him. You know, he was basically crying up the beach, and Sean's just so rad, and I love his dedication to the sport of sup. He's been after it for so long, and there's really isn't anybody more well-deserving than Sean.
I would absolutely agree there. He's been so close so many times, and he's just been pipped at the post, whether it's Kai Ovage or Kai Lenny. They've kind of kept him away from the title. Actually, even the Leco Salazar year as well, he was close. So unfortunate for Sean so far, but this could well be his year, and what a way to do it when he's so focused. He's so on point in terms of his surfing this year. He's definitely been the informed surfer in both New York and here, along with several others, I might add, but definitely here he's looking focused and calculated. Yeah, and it's his to lose here with 8 minutes and 20 seconds to go. He's in pole position with his adversary, Julien Bouillet, needing a 9.82 as Sean takes off on another great-looking wave here.
Yep, Sean just driving down the line right here. Big old aggressive carve for Sean. Makes his way in front of this section. Just a well-calculated floater right there to beat the section. Straight into another turn. Sean Poynter, my friends.
Stringing together some beautiful turns there. So that's another good scoring wave. I'd be interested to see where that hits.
Well, Sean has proven that he has the game. And look at that game right there. Sean Poynter just digging into that one. I love this turn right here. Just so clean, right above that lip, Tristan.
Yeah, he got into the float scenario there and then ends it out with a nice little hit and kicks out 3 solid turns.
Okay, 8.83 for
wow.
the last wave.
Well, you heard it right there. Sean Poynter getting an 8.83 on that final wave. So he's holding pocket 8s right now. So 8s or lates in these later rounds. Sean just dropping the big scores.
So when we think about the high-scoring athletes through the rounds, it's really been Sean. Sean actually peaking now, but Poynter Raiola until now has been, I think he's got the highest heat score total from that last quarterfinal heat we saw. And then Luis Diniz, who unfortunately is out. And then Sebastian Gomez from that last heat got right up there with 16 point something. Yeah, so those really have been the informed surfers here at the Gran Canaria Pro-Am.
Yep, and you bring up a good point. Both Poynter and Sebastian Gomez both have dropped 9-point scores. Poynter has not yet quite dropped a 9-point scores, but as you're saying, he's been peaking every single heat. So he could be letting it, keeping it all and peaking at the right time in the final if it's up to him. Is this live or is this a replay?
This is a replay, I think. Maybe this is live. No, this is live. He's
Sean,
to kick out there,
he's just
too much.
staying busy, Tristan.
He's staying busy. He's feeling it, and I think he wants to build that momentum. But Julien Bouillet on a nice-looking wave here.
Let's see if he can put together. He gets hung up right there. That's going to cost him big time. He can't make mistakes this time of the event, and Julien just falling on that one. So getting a little rattled, the youngster. Sean Poynter just so stoic and focused. Sometimes get in your head as a competitor competing against him.
Yeah, that's for sure. He is the most prepared competitor out there.
Hands down.
And you can just feel the seriousness come off him. You were talking about Izzy and her kind of goofy, bubbly, fun-loving kind of approach. Sean's kind of got the opposite. He goes into his own world, focuses, and blue steel, but iron steel almost.
I'll give him blue steel because he does have that like James Dean like eye squint thing when if you see him. So Sean Poynter, blue steel of the tour, and current leader of this semifinal heat number 1. And more importantly, Sean Poynter is merely 5 minutes away from his lifetime dream of attaining world champion status.
That is for sure, and. Yeah, it's an exciting time. So it looks like before we get to the finals, we might have both men and women's world champions decided. So it's exciting to see it come down to this. And in such beautiful ways. But Julien Bouillet is looking for a comeback moment here. He is comboed by Sean Poynter. So he needs to get 2 good waves in the next 4.5 minutes. But Sean seems to have picked off once again the best looking wave of that little set. Great opening turn there through the lip. Driving off the bottom. kind of cruisy roundhouse cut back there. And again, up into the lip. Sean's feeling it.
Sean is in the zone, ladies and gentlemen. Now he's just styling it out. That cutty out from the beginning of that wave looked so nice. Just on rail, just holding that edge through the turn. I almost want Sean to settle down and save some for the final.
Exactly. Look at this turn. Yeah, he was kind of early, but he made it. He kind of extended it to make it more dramatic.
I love how he just held that edge. And watch this one. Now he's just showing off a little bit with a little bit of steez. Able to hold onto his paddle. But look at this. He's just still going to go full bore and bang that one. So Sean just, woo, boy.
6.9 out of this wave.
Great to have a 6.9 as a throwaway at this stage, huh?
I could use a 6.9 in my heat. So Sean Poynter just racking. Hey, Sean, can you share some scores with your fellow compatriot, Dave Bainey? Please let me know. But we are here. Dave Bainey here with Tristan Boxford calling the shots for these exciting finals day of action.
We are coming down to the business end of the competition. We have Sean Poynter in semifinal heat number 1, dominating the heat with an 8.83 and an 8.07. Julien Bouillet needs 2 new scores. He's got a 5.93 and a 4.5. Not unrespectful scores, but he needs something more right now to be able to match Sean Poynter's challenge here. But what this means is that Sean Poynter, at the end of this heat, in 2.5 minutes' time, if nothing else happens, he is your 2018 world champion. So exciting moments here at the final stop of the APP World Tour for 2018. It's been a great year this year. We've been around the globe between racing and surfing, challenging the world's best in a complete variety of conditions. So it's exciting to be finishing it all off here in Gran Canaria with some beautiful waves on tap. Saving the best till last, if you will.
Absolutely. We couldn't have planned it better. Finishing it off with a bang here in Gran Canaria. And 2 minutes left in this heat. Sean Poynter, oh, wow. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready to get those handkerchiefs out. I'm willing to bet we're going to see some waterworks from Sean Poynter when he gets the news that he is the world champion. Almost, I could just tell right there. He already knows. He's already getting emotional sitting down right there, guaranteed.
Guaranteed. It's a moment he's been waiting for. It's a moment he's been working towards. And he's thoroughly deserving. He has put everything into it, and this is his moment. But Julien Bouillet doesn't want to let it go yet.
Not at all. So here goes Julien. Smaller one, but this one's stacking up. Nice turn by Julien. That's more like it. See, he wraps around this one.
Just gets stuck there. You can see he's kind of smiling and.
Well, we all know he's having a good time.
Yeah, he's having a good time. And for him to be sitting in the semifinals.
Check this out. Sean Poynter not even standing on his board, head down. He's just look at him. I know what he's thinking. I know Sean is just an emotional cat. He is having a moment right there, Tristan.
Yeah, we need to ad-lib this, Dave.
Oh my gosh. You know what? Sean wears his emotions on his sleeve. He's either serious, he's either super happy, and right there, guaranteed he's crying.
He's emotional. Yeah, we saw it in New York, and here has to be, and then some.
Absolutely. You got to imagine we're going to see Zane or someone hoist him up on their shoulders while he reaches the beach. Look at that. See Izzy Gomez and Candace Appleby just stoked for Sean.
Candace looking a little out of shape there, huh? Looks like Candace's APP World Tour training's been paying off.
Look at this.
So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Sean Poynter, your 2018 World Champion. A big congratulations. What an achievement for Sean Poynter. He's been so close so many times, and finally he's there. There you have it. Triumphant moment.
Well done, Sean Poynter. As we said before, there's no one more deserving than Sean Poynter. Every single person on this beach, every single competitor on this beach is stoked for Sean.
But he's still got a heat to come. It's like Ibaya. They both have heats to come, but the new world champions are both in the finals, which is appropriate, I would say.
Absolutely.
5, 4, 3,
So what a moment for the sport of stand-up paddling. A big congratulations to Sean Poynter and all his camp for a great achievement here in Gran Canaria and on the tour as a whole. As we go into another exciting heat. It doesn't stop here, Dave. We got Poynter Rioja versus Sebastian Gomez. I am super excited about this heat. I feel we're going to see some really beautiful surfing.
Absolutely, and there's the final heat totals for Sean Poynter. Pocket eights, and we're
Dominant
going
performance.
straight into this semifinal. Look at Sean, just living it up. Started this morning off face first in the rocks, ending it with the world title.
With a face full of champagne.
That's coming soon for sure.
So, yeah, I'm excited about this heat. I'm really hoping that the waves pump and we see some of the beautiful surfing we've seen from these two guys through the day.
Yep, and look at this. Candace, Izzy.
All eyes are now on the young American champion. Oh, not quite so young now. How old is Sean these days?
He's mid
to late
20s.
20s,
Yeah,
right?
maybe 26, 27 years old.
Still young, though.
Absolutely.
Well, it's all down from where we are, right, Dave?
Hey, we're 40. At least I'm 40 and sporty. I don't know where you're at, Tristan.
Man, I'm way ahead of you, man. 42, man. I've got the edge. You're never going to catch me. So a big moment for Sean. An emotional moment for Sean.
Look how stoked he is.
And he put on a great performance to get it. That was a solid heat. No matter who he was up against, that would have been he would have been tough to beat there.
Absolutely. Definitely taking that title out in style. You can see Zane waiting on the rocks to congratulate his teammate, good friend, and fellow sup surfing buddy. But Zane had a nice shot at this title too this year.
Yeah, it was disappointing for Zane. He's such a great competitor. He's such a great ambassador, such a great character for the sport. Just seeing how he's matured over the last few years. How competitive he is, but how celebratory he is of his friends is when they do well as well. So a great character for the sport. But this is Sean's moment right now. A big congratulations to our 2018 world champion in the surfing discipline on the APP World Tour. Getting congratulations from friends and family. Zane, ready to give him a hug there. Great performance from Sean Poynter. But he's still got a heat to go, and it's going to be a fireworks heat. So either one of these guys meeting Sean in the final is going to make for some great viewing.
Absolutely, and if you guys aren't ready for this semifinal heat, there's something wrong with you, because Poynter and Sebastian Gomez has been dropping the biggest scores of the morning. You see a recap of Sean Poynter's semifinal heat with Julien Boyer. Here's Sean just styling on the rail all heat long. A lot of variety, looking focused, and really just coming into his own in this semi.
Yeah, there was some great surfing from Sean, but a big hats off to Julien Boyer as well. What a performance and what an event he's had here in Gran Canaria. Definitely a star of the future and a great representative for France. But Sean Poynter just overpowering the young Frenchman there with a dominant performance.
Yeah, there was no stopping Sean in that heat, that's for sure. Sean makes his way up the beach. Let's see him get a congratulate high five from Ian Cairns, his coach. Check that out. Lots of love right there. The water, the tears starting to pour out of Sean Poynter right there as he gets the congratulations from his coach Ian Cairns. Ian Cairns, more than anybody, knows how hard he's been working for this, and Ian's been there every step of the way. So definitely a big shoulder to lean on for Sean through the highs and lows, and that was a pretty rad moment between teacher and student.
Definitely a quivering lip on behalf of Ian Cairns there as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
He had his sunglasses on, but
yeah,
he was feeling it.
We had two men kind of getting a little emotional right there, Tristan. Good to see.
Great times here at the final event of the APP World Tour for 2018. We have our two world champions decided for this year. It's been an amazing day of action with pristine conditions, but we still have more action to come. We've got an amazing heat on our hands here for semifinals heat number 2. But we're going to throw down to Sean Poynter, your new world champion, down on the beach with Evelyn.
Well, I'm standing here with the 2018 world champion, Sean Poynter. Sean's been looking for this moment for a long time. Sean, tell us, how do you feel right now?
Bunch of emotions. Yeah. You know, I started stand-up paddling, and it's gonna be tough to make it through. Sorry. 2010. You know, I signed on to this to Starboard and the sports, and you know, I made it a goal in 2010 to win a world title. You know, 2014 was my end year, and I gave myself 5 years, and you know, I came close in 2012, and you know, I had some close results after that, but I just never was able to get it, and so yeah, this is really sweet.
Yeah.
You know, it's been a long time coming, and you know, it's just put a lot of work into it. You know, every year just working on equipment and fitness and mental strategy and heat performance game, and you know, so I owe there's just so many thanks. You know, thanks to Starboard, my sponsors for one. They've just been behind me. Man, they've allowed me to live a dream. You know, and yeah, Avasol and Stansberry Research and Sup and Surf and you know, just all my family. Sorry.
Such a good moment.
Yeah, it's so good. I love you guys. Thank you so much for all the support, my friends and family. You know, Steve Sugar, I gotta thank you so much. You know, Ian Cans, who's right here with me, my coach. Thank you so much. Thank you, APP. You know, and let's go surf a final.
Nothing better than a grateful winner. Sean Poynter, back to you in the booth.